What is up, my dude and dudettes, and welcome back to TellerTube. In today's video, we're going to be looking at the subreddit r/choosingbeggars. If you're new to my channel, be sure to subscribe so you can stay up to date with my latest videos. And with that being said, sit back, relax, and enjoy the video. Overheard a choosing beggar at my local flea market. So I was browsing a booth that had all of this cool vintage Hollywood memorabilia. These two older guys were browsing next to me. One of them picked up this vintage poster for some old movie with a star who wasn't Steve McQueen, but someone similar. I didn't get a good look. He gushes over it. He's like, "Oh man, look at this. Remember this movie? I remember seeing this with my dad. It was our favorite. This looks like an original." The seller confirms that it was an original poster from 1960 something that was only given to theaters, and as far as he knows, there aren't reprints that are widely available. The seller has many other posters for movies from the era, all unique. The interested guy keeps gushing and says stuff like, "Movie posters just don't look this cool anymore, blah blah blah. It's perfect. I've gotta have it. How much is it?" $300. The guy goes, "Literally? For this? It's a poster." The seller let out one of those surprised laughs like he couldn't believe the complete 180 the guy just made. Then he goes, "You're right. After the conversation we just had, I reckon it ought to be worth more than 300. According to you, 300 is a hell of a deal." Another person who was browsing says, "For real." The guy got so mad / embarrassed and made a bunch of remarks about how it's just a poster, I could probably print my own at FedEx for $10. Blah blah blah. At this point, the guy's friend has ducked away, probably embarrassed. The seller goes, "That's not what you just said, sir. A minute ago you told me how special it was, but now it's only worth $10? The guy left saying, "See, you lost a customer with that attitude." Well, I mean, it is a vintage poster. They're not gonna be cheap, chief. How dare you give me a gift? So I was friends with this girl a while back, and I wish I could have read the signs to avoid this, but it happened. I had a crush on her, so for Christmas, I wanted to get her something extra special. I also had other gifts already wrapped and picked out for her besides this, by the way. I drove 2 hours to the closest city since we lived in a small town to pick up a PS4 for her since she'd been asking everyone to get her one for Christmas. She was sick, so I decided to give her the PS4 2 weeks early so she could spend the next few days laying in bed, playing some games, and having fun while she got better. Me. "Hey, I have something for you." "What is it?" I hold out the bag and feel so excited to see how happy she'll be when she opens it. She takes it from me and opens it, stares down at the brand new PS4 on her lap, and then gives me a blank stare. Me. "Merry Christmas." "Why'd you give this to me?" "Because you're sick and I thought you'd really like to play some games while you get better." She gives me a cold glare and I feel like I've done something horribly wrong. "Remember when I said I don't like getting gifts early?" "Well, yeah, but..." She throws the bag on the floor. "I told you I don't like it because then it feels like I get even less for Christmas. There's not as much to open when it's actually Christmas." "I'm sorry." The exchange ends and she never says thank you. I kind of just slink away and feel awful for a while. She stays mad at me for about a week until her cold is better and then never says anything about it. That girl turned out to be one of the worst people I've ever met, by the way. Oh my goodness. Is she serious? You're literally getting a free PS4. What's there to complain about? Choosing beggar of a gas station owner. So long story short, I'm 31 weeks pregnant and my baby is always on my bladder. I live roughly about 300 miles away from my parents and I still visit them frequently. The 4.5-hour drive used to not be as bad because I would just make it straight through with no issues. But with the baby using my bladder as a squishy toy and me being fatigued more, I have to make stops. So onto the story. I'm making the drive back home and I feel the call of nature. I find the nearest gas station and stop and run in to go pee. The owner has the bathrooms locked, so I ask for the key. Conversation goes. Me. "Hey, may I have the key to the bathroom?" Her. "You must purchase something to use our restrooms." I figured, okay, cool beans. It's a little strange to me, but small price to pay for the ability to use the restroom. Okay, that's fine and everything, but I really need to go now and I'll buy something on my way out. She doesn't budge. She sees my bump, but she doesn't care. I said screw it. I'll just go ahead and buy what I was gonna buy and have it waiting for me when I leave. So I waddle over to the coffee machine and got me a medium cappuccino and took it back to the register to be met with a look of disgust almost. "Shouldn't you be watching your caffeine intake with that right there?" She looked pointed at my belly. "Yeah, and I got a long drive and a full bladder, so let's focus on the task at hand, please." "I don't feel comfortable ringing up a coffee for an expecting mother. You'll have to pick something else." "And I don't feel comfortable with a a baby playing patty cake with my bladder, but here we are. Can you please either ring me up and give me the key? Needless to say, I got both my coffee and the key because there was a line growing behind me and she really just wanted to get rid of me. Oh my. Just let her buy something so she can use the washroom. Come on. Wedding photographer versus choosing beggar family. I did this wedding a few years ago. First of all, the bride's mother of the bride, asked me if I'd be willing to do her daughter's wedding for free. It was a 2-hour drive away and I could use the photos to build my portfolio. I tried to be as tactful as I could, but she wasn't cute and she had missing teeth. Secondly, her soon-to-be hubby wasn't handsome either and he also had missing teeth. She hired me anyways and I cut her a discount because the wedding was on a Friday, $500 total, and she gave me a $100 deposit. Day of the wedding, I took all the photos. Towards the end, I was expecting to be paid. The bride's parents, not together anymore, were paying the $400 left over. The mother of the bride, Miss Angry because I wasn't going to do the pics for free, went to the father of the bride, imagine old hippie wannabe, and got from him a slip of paper and then she pulled out some cash. There was a crumpled Circle K money order, it's a USA convenience store, for $324 and she gave me $76 in cash. It seemed odd to have the money order for such an odd amount and the to field was blank. So I called up the phone number on the back and entered in the money order code and surprise, surprise, it wasn't a valid money order. I went back to the mother-in-law and handed it back to her and explained it wasn't valid. Either had already been cashed or it was altered or it was a void. She threw a fit about it and told me that it was real. Then the bride went to her father and he said he got it from someone in trade for some handyman work. In the end, the bride took my side and said, just pay him cash. But surprise, surprise, no one had $324 in cash. I was ready to say, I'll deliver the images as soon as you pay me the rest, but they had a change of heart. So the bride and the mother of the bride went around to all the guests and got $5 and $10 bills from everyone to pay me. And they didn't have $324 exactly. The mother of the bride gave me $325 in cash and said, here, the rest is a tip. In the end, the bride and the groom loved their photos. Wow, thanks for the dollar tip, Karen. Homeless guy fools everyone. So this takes place in a big city, the kind that has a lot of homeless people, most of them addicts who ask for money for their kids. That's baloney, it's for drugs and alcohol. There is also different kind of beggars. The ones who have pets and ask for money to buy pet food and stuff. These ones are usually more successful. There is an animal defense organization here that deals with people who abuse their pets. They have a Facebook page where they give updates and information about the cases they're working on. Here's the cast. HG, homeless guy. AA, guy from the association. The story. Homeless guy was very well known for standing outside of a shopping mall asking for things for the dog. Everyone thought he was a nice guy who had some bad luck in life, so people helped him out. At the time, he was living in a tent with the dog. That's when the association guy learned about him. Even though they usually only rescue animals, they decided to help the guy out. He was really a nice dog owner and stuff like that. They made a post on Facebook explaining the situation and asking if anyone had a place where the homeless guy could stay until he got back on his feet. Some really kind soul offered him a house. A 1-bedroom apartment where he could stay with the dog. The association guy made a new post giving an update and asking for some things for the house like furniture, a washer, cleaning supplies, etc. A lot of people helped, thinking they were doing the right thing. Association guy also got the homeless guy a job interview. The only thing he had to do was, try to be a person. After about 2 weeks, the association guy made a new post sharing some screenshots of their conversation with the homeless guy. Apparently, he didn't show up for the interview. That's bad, but can be solved, right? Wrong. He left the dog alone in the house for like 3 days. When the association guys got there, she was living in the middle of dog crap and hadn't had food for like 2 days. When they asked him about it, he replied something like, I met a friend at a coffee shop and lost track of time talking to her. Yes, he lost track of time for 3 days. After that, the association guy took the dog from him and replaced her in a new family. The owner of the house kicked the homeless guy out, and I think the things were given back to the people who gave it to the man. The association guy hasn't helped anyone like that since. I guess they stopped trusting people. Yikes. So this homeless guy just finessed a free apartment, free furniture, and happened to lose track of time for 3 days? Alrighty, chief. Karen wants to buy my Nintendo Switch with my PayPal included. So a little bit of a backstory to the context, I was selling my Nintendo Switch and I had made it very clear I was not sending it through the mail. It breaks a lot here. It was listed for around 300 USD with games and a bag and an SD card around 50 USD. It's also translated from another language, so spelling might not be the world's best. Karen. Hi mister, I see your Nintendo is for sale. Yes, it's still for sale. Great, I would like to buy it for 150 with shipping and all accessories. First of all, I'm not sending it. Second, 150 is way too low, $300 is the lowest I can go. But I need it. Yes, she wrote it like that. Not really my problem, I'm not in a rush to sell it. Fine, I will do 300 with your account password linked. Yeah, that's not gonna happen. First of all, I'm not shipping. But if I need to come pick it up, I want your account as well. And it better be linked to PayPal. So let me get this straight. You want it for 300 USD. Come here, get the Switch and my account together with my PayPal? That's right. Since I have to drive an hour, it's the least you can do. Nope. Never gonna happen. You know what? I'll give it for free to my brother or see if another person will come and buy it. But I need it. Buy. Blocked. Oh no. Karen. Give me your PayPal account and the Switch for $300. It's the least you can do. I'm coming from out of town. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, smash that like button as it would really help me out. Subscribe to my channel so you can stay up to date with my latest videos. And I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.